Today I wish to talk about therapeutic foods for hypertension. These are the foods that are found in a meal plan that's called the cardiometabolic meal plan that targets cardiovascular diseases and metabolic conditions. The aim of this food plan is to reduce blood pressure and change the other biomarkers that we use to assess hypertension. And in mind I have mainly the lipid panel that checks for cholesterol and your triglycerides. We have inflammation, we have stickiness of blood, and then of course we have waist circumference and the actual measurements, the diastolic and systolic measurements of the blood pressure. So most medications that are used for hypertension have several effects that will work in concert to reduce blood pressure. And I would dare say that these medications actually mimic what some of these foods do, but foods are way better in terms of controlling hypertension for multiple reasons, because foods do not just target a specific lab measurement or a specific parameter that we use to assess hypertension. You may use a certain food, but it will have multiple other benefits to body organs and systems beyond just hypertension. So at any one time, food is better medicine than tablets or conventional therapies we have in place. The other advantage is that foods do not have side effects. Foods do not come with complications, and foods do not they're not as expensive, especially when you consider the preemptive effect of the complications one may suffer from prolonged hypertension and the damage to organs such as the eyes, the kidney, the heart, the brain, and so forth. So the main principle is to have whole foods that are fresh and homemade, as opposed to prepackaged meals. Prepackaged meals lack vitality because of processing, and often they will have preservatives. I've lined up quite a number of foods. This is not exhaustive, but just the large number I have will give you an idea of how many options are out there for you to improve your experience of hypertension. Soy, and organic soy preferably, improves the flexibility of your blood vessels. It has isoflavones. These help blood vessels to expand in a healthy way, which lowers your blood pressure and reduces stiffness. We have cocoa, and this is dark chocolate, especially cocoa of about 70% and above. Cocoa widens arteries and is also a very strong antioxidant. An antioxidant because all chronic illness has an aspect of oxidative stress linked to inflammation. Then we have fish. Fatty fish are high in omega-3, and omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory. It counteracts omega-6, the kind of fat that we mainly get in beef, eggs, chicken, and also highly processed seed oils. When we have omega-3 in healthy amounts, it's able to convert certain harmful products, or to prevent the ultimate conversion of omega-6 to very highly inflammatory products in the body that are associated with chronic inflammation. Fish also has small proteins that have benefits for the cardiovascular system. Then we have green tea, which improves the lipid profile, so you'd expect better cholesterol measurements, like high density like proteins, those will increase. You may have a reduction in the low density like proteins, which we consider harmful. It also improves your triglycerides so that they're not very high. Then we have berries and pomegranates. That group of foods is also very potent in terms of antioxidant properties, and they may also break down your atheroma or reduce the formation of atheromas. If you can recall, atheromas are the hard plaques that form on the inner walls of the arteries, making them stiff and reducing the size of the lumen. Then we have whole grains, and mainly talking of barley and oats. These are high in a nutrient called beta-glucan. Beta-glucan helps to improve our lipid profile. It lowers cholesterol levels because it holds on to cholesterol, and so you get most of the cholesterol, or excess amounts of cholesterol, excreted in a healthy manner. Beta-glucans have also been demonstrated to improve blood sugars and reduce insulin resistance. And if you can recall from my earlier talk, insulin resistance would be the one of the main root causes of hypertension. Actually, 50% of essential hypertension disease are attributable to insulin resistance. Then we have greens, and these include beets, collards, dandelions, mustard. These are high in nitrates, and as if you can recall from my previous talk, part of the reason arteries will become stiff is because of low nitric oxide. Nitrates help to relax blood vessels. They alter the behavior of the inner lining of blood vessels, making it more flexible. Then we also have enzymes in these grains, and enzymes have multiple benefits. And the main one that would come to mind is thinning of blood. So instead of being on statins, enzymes from some of these greens may help to thin your blood. Onion, leeks, and garlic, they form a very special group of plant foods. They're high in quercetin and also sulfur. Quercetin is a very potent anti-inflammatory. It's also an antioxidant. And onions, that group of foods also really aids in detoxification, and so you get toxins that may build up in the body, often seen in chronic illnesses, being better excreted because sulfur is extensively used by the liver in detox processes. They also reduce blood clotting, and so that means they play a role in the thinning of blood as would statins. They improve your cholesterol profile and reduce triglycerides. Then we have tomato. Tomato has micronutrients, several of them. B-carotene and alpha-tocopherol would be the main ones. These are heart protective, and they prevent the oxidation of LDL. Yogurt and kefir, these introduce healthy gut flora And when we have a healthy microbiome in our gut and the rest of the body, we tend to have lower inflammation and healthy cholesterol levels. Avocado has healthy monosaturated fats, and it's also high in potassium. As you may know, many cases of hypertension are linked to low potassium levels and high sodium levels. You want more potassium, and avocado is very good for potassium. Then we have olives and their oil, the extra virgin olive oil. These are very high in polyphenols and antioxidants. They reduce stickiness of blood, as would statins, and they also prevent the oxidation of low-density lipoproteins. Flax seeds are also a superfood when you're talking about hypertension. They are high in potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is an antifibrin. It cuts out or prevents the thickening of blood because it breaks down fibrin, and actually one of the inflammatory markers we look out for in hypertension and many other chronic illnesses are levels of fibrin. And fibrin is also found in atheromas. So potassium chloride from flaxseed should help reduce the levels of this parameter. Flax seeds also are higher in omega-3, and as we have seen, omega-3 helps to balance out omega-6 oils, preventing one of the major pathways of inflammation. They are also high in lignans, and lignans are antioxidants. Then we have the phytoestrogens in flax seeds, and these have been shown to reduce insulin resistance. Then we have nuts, mixed nuts, especially walnuts and almonds. These have both monosaturated and polysaturated fats, and as we have seen, these are heart healthy. There are many more foods that we'll recommend, and usually we pay attention to an individual's preference. We pay attention to what an individual can afford, and the wide variety means that all budgets and all tastes are catered for. It's goodbye for now. Thanks for listening.